Tulip, we have an emergency, girl, because this person watching this video right now is not giving me a smile, and you already know, Miss Tulip, how I feel about people not giving us a smile. Hey, girl.
Howdy, my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope, tarot reading, Aquarius, for November, getting into December, darling. Can y'all believe we're already getting into December, Aquarius? So y'all already know the vibes, darling. If you enjoy this tarot reading today, let me know in the comments below, Aquarius, which cards resonate and how they do, because that's how we keep up with you, Aquarius. As well as if you want a completely free way to support me in this tarot channel, give this video a like and subscribe. Or if you just enjoy my vibes for today, Aquarius, give this video a like and subscribe. I always appreciate it. So enough of my babbling, honey. Let's just get into your weekly tarot reading. Let's see what's going on for y'all at this current point in time. We have the Ten of Swords coming in for you guys. Tens representing closures to cycles, Aquarius. So definitely some of you guys, you're closing off cycles in terms of some people, darling. You're letting go of some people. For many of you guys, I'm being shown strings finally cutting off that have been keeping you down. It's very interesting, the imagery. It's like I'm seeing like a dark void like down below, darling. And then you up here trying to like ascend, darling. And then I just see like these strings trying to just like shadowy strings trying to like bring you down or slowing down your ascension. So what I'm taking with this Aquarius is like maybe some of you guys are doing the shadow work, darling, doing the work, honey, and really cutting ties with like the certain patterns that you've allowed into your life. Maybe recently, Aquarius, you randomly you realized what was the patterns that were allowing certain individuals, a certain type of individual in your life, or even just with yourself, Aquarius. I know for y'all, I've been giving readings to like all the zodiac signs for over a year now, and I know with y'all, Aquarius, I always have to snap a lot of you, Aquarius, not all of you, but there is always a certain consistent energy that I have to be like, hey, Aquarius, know your value, know your sense of worth and sense of value and whatever. It's like some of y'all suffer from some low self-esteem. A lot of y'all, Aquarius, suffer from imposter syndrome. And even if you celebrate yourself at this current point in time, Aquarius, I challenge that. I'm always here to challenge you, Aquarius, because it's just like y'all don't realize just how powerful some of y'all are. Y'all don't realize just how intelligent and just like your awareness of the world and how you see things, Aquarius. And you guys are finally starting to cut away at those things that have been keeping you down. We have the Ace of Pentacles, honey, the cornucopia, honey, and of me doing this tarot reading right now, it's the day before Thanksgiving, so I suppose it's fitting in that way. So with this Ace of Pentacles here, I really do see you guys, yeah, it's almost the sense as you continue snipping away, Aquarius, at these patterns, very much so like for those that subscribe to like generational curses, in the sense of like maybe it's just like always been the thing in your family to act a certain way or do certain things. It's like a lot of you guys are just cutting away at I just feel such a history with this energy that you're cutting away from. I don't feel like it's something that's very current. You know, the Ten of Swords, I always say, is like, darling, these 10 swords didn't end up in this individual's back overnight, darling. This took some time for each sword to be jabbed into her back, honey. A little bit graphic, I suppose, for some people, but well, all adults here, honey, we see the picture, honey. We clearly know what's going on, right? And so I feel like it's just like, how many times can I say like, huh? I feel as if, Aquarius, this is, ooh, this is big, Aquarius. This is big. Y'all are finally starting to just like, now I'm in my head about saying like y'all are finally getting to this point of where all the air signs kind of got this with different cards, of where you are finally putting in the final puzzle piece to unlock for those that know Exodia will know what I'm talking about. I'll just say Exodia, but it's kind of like getting the final piece for your Exodia, or just the final puzzle piece to really being able to just like make this world your bitch, honey. And I'm not afraid of cussing, honey. I just don't want you to be angry with me, so I'm not gonna say it, but just know that I'm thinking it. Y'all, Aquarius, are finally into this place where you're just like, you know what, honey, like I am Aquarius, and hear me. What do Aquariuses do? Hear me roar. We'll just say hear me roar, honey. What are, you know, I always say this, like, even though Aquariuses are an air fire sign. Literally, y'all's sign has aqua right in the beginning of it, and I always just kind of associate air, like Aquarius, is more so as a water sign. I don't know. Hermit card stepping forward to y'all. So definitely, Aquarius, y'all have been just in this state of self-reflecting. Y'all have been in this state of very much so, how would we put this? It's like you're figuring out like what makes you tick, and it's like through some type of event that's happened. I feel like there's some other event that happened that stirred this something inside you, Aquarius, to just like wake up to yourself. You finally found the puzzle piece to be like, wait a minute now. So yeah, sun card coming in here, Aquarius. We have the sun card, best card in the tarot deck, darling. So what I want to be saying for you guys, Aquarius, is you got the sun card and you got the Ace of Pentacles, right? You got both of extremely profitable cards. For those Aquariuses that this is more so as like a career thing or just financials, because I do see the potential. Obviously, Ace of Pentacles refers to Pentacles money, honey. Like, I just see a lot more stability coming into your life. I feel like you guys are closing off certain cycles that always allowed a lot of instability in your life, whether that be through people or just even your jobs and the things that you always did. Like, there's just like a lot of, like, I don't feel like there's like a sense of security. Like, you felt really good about certain energies that were a part of your life. It was always just like this constantly like malleable like goo. I don't know how else to really put it. I'm not really good with words. It just feels as if like everything that you were tapping into prior, as I knocked down my tarot cards, wasn't of level-headedness. Take that as you will. I'm not going to sit on this because I could try to find the words to enunciate that forever, Aquarius. We have here the Seven of Swords on top of that Ten of Swords coming in here. So unfortunately for many of you guys, Aquarius, your wake-up moment came from... But I don't feel as if necessarily that it was very dramatic in this sense. It's almost like you became aware of finally letting go of trying to make something work, Aquarius. You're letting go of trying to make something work. Eight of Wands on top of that Sun card, so movement. It's almost as if, Aquarius, a lot of you guys are realizing what was in your environment, whether it be people or habits, self-habits or what have you. You guys realized what was no longer a service. You guys kind of woke up to the moment, like woke up and realized, being like, oh honey, this is what, this Seven of Swords, this is what has been putting all these swords into your back, darling, right? You finally figured it out. It's like you finally caught the mosquito, darling. I don't know, Aquarius, without fail, y'all's readings, I always like trying to like, analogies is my thing, and it's just like every time I'm trying to just like explain this energy for Aquarians, it's always my biggest struggle, but it's always in the best of ways, just because it's like with y'all, Aquarius, like y'all's energy is always just so it's constantly changing. It's just like when you look at it one way it's one color and another way it's a different color. Y'all are my most mysterious sign, Aquarius. I love you guys so much, but it's just like y'all are just so hard to dissect, honey, because there's just a lot of depth in this. So I want to explain this because some Aquarius is kind of like felt a certain type of way, being like, oh Velca, like you can like us Aquariuses and all that, and I was like, no darling, like I love my Aquariuses, like I love how complex you guys are. So please don't take my frustrations trying to dissect your energies as something that's a you thing. First of all, I feel like that's kind of a trauma response, but I digress from that. Like, it's just more so just like I'm not used to having to just unpack all this complexity. We have the Four of Swords here on top of your Hermit card. So definitely healing. Healing is the name of the game for you guys. You guys are, it's like some of you guys, Aquarius, some type of facet in your life, you're doing a lot of movement in, and it's like you guys are settling into like a new apartment as the analogy, if you can keep up, Aquarius, with how I'm trying to explain this. It's like you guys finally moved out of like a toxic environment, if you want to call it toxic or what have you. I know toxic is just such an overused word at this point, but I digress. And then you're getting into like you're pushing the key through to your first apartment, and it's just like you close the door behind you, even though this apartment's completely empty. It's like you see this as a completely blank canvas, and it's just like, oh, the world's my oyster. I said that weird. The world is your oyster, and you're able to just see all the potential. You're able to just finally like breathe, because I'm seeing like an Aquarius standing in this apartment and just being able to just like take a deep breath in and out. I'm not going to do it just because I'm stuffed up, honey, because of allergies, and y'all just going to hear a bunch of boogies if I try to breathe like that. But it's in that sense of where you guys are very much so, you figured it out. And I feel as if as you guys figure it out, and being shown this door again of where it's just like it's like you're being guided to like you're being divinely guided towards like that apartment, that perfect apartment, or this perfect setup. So what I want to be saying for you guys at this point, Aquarius, is to really pay attention to the signs of what's trying to be revealed to you, because I definitely feel as if your spirit guides, your ancestors, whatever it is you subscribe to, none of my business, Aquarius, pay attention to what's being shown to you, because they're trying to guide you along and be like, hey, like you know, for example, it's just like, check out this listing over here, honey, because this listing over here is just like 10 times cheaper than what everything else is, and it's just going very under the radar. Right, that's kind of what I feel for you guys, is where it's like something's very under the radar, but in actuality for you guys, Aquarius, like you see it and it gets so much profit. So let's get a card for your Ace of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands coming in here. Very interesting. So what I want to be saying, Aquarius, I do see for many of you guys, in terms of like what brings you forth a lot more stability, it's through a little bit of reckless abandon, but I don't see it in the way, I know that kind of sounds bad, but it's almost as if, Aquarius, you guys, that's always what I would call you guys, is like, y'all are my mad scientists, very much so exuding that mad scientist energy, where it's like, or I guess kind of like the Fool on steroids, of where it's just like you have an idea and you're just very chaotic as you try to come to this together. It's like I'm hearing like maniacal laughter while someone like an Aquarius is just like working on this project, and it's just, I love it because it's garnering so much success for you guys, darling. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, honey, this is so what I want to be telling you guys, Aquarius, at this current point in time, you guys are definitely going to be revealed to like it's like the final puzzle piece, as I was saying, like you're finally being revealed, like the puzzle piece that just gives so much direction to your life, and it's just like it's like, now that one song I ain't gonna sing, honey, one, because I can't hit a note for the life of me, but two, I'm also, again, like, let me spare y'all's ears. It's like that one song, I don't know what it is, something about like the sun is shining, I can see so clearly now, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, da, 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 da. You'll know if you know, honey. That's kind of what I see for y'all. So let's continue on, Aquarius. Let's see what else we can get for you guys. Let's see here. All right, interesting here. We have the Judgment card, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Judgment card coming in here. Definitely some big action. You know, that's what I saw with that mad scientist energy. It's just a lot of action. You guys are being about it right now. Queen of Cups, focusing on that prize, right? I like to always point out when the Queen of Cups comes in, even though she's known as the Queen of Cups, she's not actually holding your cup. A lot of people will kind of like glide over through that, but the Queen of Cups is, she's holding a trophy, she's keeping her eye on the prize, and so that's this prize or this trophy, honey, as actually like that project that I was working telling you guys that you're working on. Two of Swords here as well, so definitely like I feel like you guys are going to be presented with a crossroads if you haven't already, Aquarius, and it's just like you're going to be choosing the path least traveled, or the path that you haven't traveled beforehand. Tower card, yes, you guys are bringing forth a lot of destruction in terms of the routines that you've been having, in terms like you guys are doing away with a lot. It's like you guys are doing a spring cleaning for like how your schedule. You're doing a spring cleaning for your mindset. You're doing the spring cleaning again because of that Eight of Wands that we had for you that represents movement. A lot of you guys are doing the spring cleaning in terms of just like really, again, just like moving away. I see a lot of movement. I see a lot of changes. Usually the Tower card is a card that a lot of people freak out about. But because of this dynamic here, I feel like you guys are at this Two of Swords standstill, and it's just like, it's like you guys just like throw a bomb with something and just explode everything, so you just start afresh, start anew. That's kind of the repetitive theme that I keep on getting here with the messages, is where it's just like clear canvas, blank slate, just in this sense. But I feel like that's what it is that you have been craving, really, Aquarius. So we have the Nine of Swords here with this Queen of Cups here. So for many of you Aquariuses right now, you guys still might be in this place of anxiety, trying to figure out where to go from here, or like how to really get to your goals. Let's get one more card for this. We have the Fool card. Darling, what was I just saying, Aquarius? Come on now, honey. Even though y'all's energy is so chaotic trying to unpack, it just always finds itself to be a full circle moment, honey. yeah, I feel like the answer to this anxiety, as I was saying earlier, Aquarius, where it's just like reckless abandon. I did say it's like the fool on steroids, and honey, we pulled a fool, right? And so the only suggestion I can give you guys, again, remember we're all adults here, Aquarius, so I don't want y'all to be blaming me later down the road and be like, oh, Velka, like I did reckless abandon and honey, it blew up in my face, darling. Obviously, use your discretion, honey, and all that, but y'all have to do, I see for many Aquariuses, y'all have to take a chance. Y'all have to play a bit. You have to put some skin in the game. You guys have to take a big risk. You guys gotta like be vulnerable in a way and just like throw yourself off into the deep end of the pool rather than building up to it. That's kind of what I see. Just like rather than dipping your toes in, you're just like lunging yourself, right? I have a deck that shows that actually, but I'm not going to bother wasting y'all's time trying to find it. Six of Cups coming in here on the Judgment card. So what I see for you guys is either you start taking action with this Six of Cups, or rather with that Judgment card based off of the Six of Cups dynamic of an offer being given to you, right? Because that's what the Six of Cups represents in one way, where it's like something's being given to you, an opportunity or what have you. Or in another way, Six of Cups, it could be in this dynamic of something from your past causing you to take some action. Nine of Wands here. Okay. Yeah. So if it's something from the past, it's like you're picking up from where you left off from that energy. And, but it's almost coming from like a more empowered place, I feel. Six of Swords here. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing, Aquarius. It's like there's something from your past that either motivates you because you end up continuing connecting with it again, or you just see something for what it is, Aquarius, and you're just like, let me keep on moving, right? You receive this closure, and it's just like something motivates you, Aquarius, to really claim this greatness that you're getting into. And so what I would be telling you guys at this current point in time, with events that happen to you at this time, if you're feeling drawn, like, for example, like you go to work and it's just like your boss just screams at you and just like freaks out on you, and then in those moments where you're just like, you know what, screw this job, I'm quitting, I'm gonna make it work doing something else, I'm gonna hustle, honey. I mean, if this reading were for me, that's how I'm going to explain it. If this reading were for me, I would be honoring that. Right? That's all I can tell you guys. I'm not telling you guys because obviously very individual. Y'all's lives are very individualistic. And so how you need to go about something is very unique to you. But if I did this reading for myself, that's kind of how I would be keeping with that vibe, right? But yeah, Aquarius, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. Again, just like always with tradition, honey, y'all's energy is so complex to unpack, but at the same time, so good as well. We definitely had a full circle moment with y'all's reading. So Aquarius, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok and Instagram, also just being SimplyVelca. Remember, if you want to support this channel, just give this video a like and subscribe, and just let me know in the comments below how you enjoyed this reading, right? But until next time, Aquarius, I love y'all so much. Bye.